Hero Wars and Hero Wars Mobile is full of amazing heroes. You have tanks, you have damage dealers, you have healers, you have supports, you have all these different styles of heroes. You have to build a team of 5 in order to be competitive. But how do you build these heroes and why are there exceptions? Well, in this video, I want to take a look at one hero that you might be building incorrectly and what we can do to build him the best way possible.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, Heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in this video, I'm going to talk about Lars, the mage, the primary damage dealer of the Twins teams. I want to talk about Lars and how to build him effectively. This conversation will work for any primary damage dealer on both Hero Wars Facebook web as well as Hero Wars Mobile. I get this question a lot. How do you build this team? Charlie, how should I invest resources into my team? Well, that question can't be answered with a single conversation. There are a lot of nuances between the different hero choices, who you're going up against the most often, your tank choice, your healer choice, all of that plays into it. We have some nice baseline guides and how to follow, and this is what I would recommend, if I hadn't had the time to really dig into your team. But heroes with armor penetration artifacts and magic penetration artifacts tend to be an exception to my base rules. And if you're curious, go to herowarscentral.com, scroll down to stat leveling priority right there, click there, and you have the 3 categories of heroes, in my opinion: tank, damage dealer, healer, support. This is basically how I generally tell everyone to level up their heroes. But within each hero, you have glyphs, you have skins, you have artifacts, and of course you have the other heroes that also have to level those up. So where do you spend your skins? Where do you spend your artifact coins? We're going to try to answer a little bit, or help you answer a little bit of that in this video. So if we go back to the artifacts, you can take a look here. If a hero in this list has one of the blue or green tags, it means that their artifacts are different on the browser version of the game as they are on the mobile version of the game. So be mindful of that as we're discussing this. Armor penetration heroes: Elmir Fox, Isaac on Facebook web, Morgan, Qingmao, and Tristan on mobile. Magic penetration heroes: Arachne on Facebook web, Faceless Lars, Mojo, Orion, and then Lilith on Hero Wars Mobile. If you're curious how armor works, check out the video that's up in the top right-hand corner right now. It's going to break down all of the attack stats based on armor. And if you're curious about how penetration stats work, armor penetration and magic penetration, check out the video up in the top right-hand corner right now. I'll also link them at the end of this video. I don't want to do math regarding armor and magic penetration in this video. I just want to talk about what we have here, the numbers that we have here. That's it. So why is artifact weapon choice important? Well, it helps to determine what heroes you bring to a team. If you have a hero like Helios that has extremely high magic attack, but for whatever reason Helios's artifact weapon is armor, right? You need to improve Helios's magic damage output by providing a hero that has magic penetration, which is why you often see Helios paired with Orion. In this video's example, Lars has a magic penetration artifact, and Krista, the other half of the Twins team, has a magic attack artifact. So these two pair very well. Not only is their timing great, but Lars will benefit Krista, who will benefit Lars. But here's the ultimate question, and the reason for this video. Which stats should you focus on Lars, and which stats should you focus on Krista? Now, this is a Hero Wars calculator for the Facebook and web version of the game. As far as I know, one of these do not exist on the mobile version of the game. That's okay. The reason why I wanted to do this is I wanted to show you the artifact weapon completely maxed out. If we get it all the way up to 6 stars, you can see that 32,000 is how much magic penetration that Lars will give to your entire team whenever he uses his ultimate. Now, how often that is, whatever, that, we're not going to get into the timing and all of that here, but providing 32,000 magic penetration. Okay. Now, at max, without including the artifact weapon, Lars's magic penetration is at 26,586. That's important. So let's round up to 27,000, and then let's say 32,000 for that artifact weapon buff. If you go back to herowarscentral.com, click on heroes, scroll down to Facebook max stats or mobile max stats. We're using Facebook max stats since we're comparing it with a Facebook calculator. And then you sort by magic defense. All right, 27,000 magic penetration. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have 9 heroes at max that have higher magic defense than Lars's maxed magic penetration. Okay, now remember, 27,000, all right? But that artifact weapon is 32,000. And that's for your whole team, not just Lars, but for your whole team. Now, admittedly, it's not up the entire fight, but it's up when it matters, whenever everyone is using their ultimates, right? 32,000. What heroes has more magic defense than 32,000? Well, we only have 4 heroes. We have Leon, Orion, Celeste, and Jorgen. These 4 heroes have higher than 32,000 magic defense. But, you know, 32,000 plus 27,000, that's a lot. That's almost 50,000. Are there any heroes that have 50,000 magic defense? Well, no, not really. Now, you got to keep in mind that there are magic defense artifact heroes, and they can be brought into this conversation, yes. But here's what I'm getting at, guys. Here's what I'm getting at. If you take a look at a hero like Lars, or any hero for that matter, taking a look of all of the things that you need to level up on a hero, you have to level up the items of the hero in order to promote the color rank, right? You have to level up the actual level of the hero, get them to level 120 or 130. You have to level up all 5 glyphs. You have to level up all 3, 4, or 5 skins. Not to mention the gift of the elements, the skills themselves, and the artifacts, okay? So to contribute to this 27,000 or 26,586, to contribute to this, you need to level up this skin to max. You need to level up this glyph to max. And then you also need to level up this book right here to max. All of that to get 27,000 magic penetration. And we know by looking at this screen right here, we know that there are a lot of heroes that have more than 27,000 magic penetration. We have quite a few. But if you just level up this artifact weapon right here, if you just level this up for a good chunk of the fights, your team will have 32,000 magic penetration. Now, that's a lot of magic penetration, and we're talking about maxed out artifact weapon here. That's quite a bit. And, you know, and again, it's not quite enough. You still have a couple that are going to be more, but when it comes to focusing on what to build on a damage dealer, you want to make sure that they have enough penetration, but not too much. There is such a thing as too much penetration. 26,000 at max is enough to ignore most of the magic defense on most of the heroes in the game. This artifact weapon right here by itself is enough to ignore most of the magic defenses on most of the heroes in the game. You know, magic defense artifacts notwithstanding. Wouldn't it be easier then to focus your artifact coins on this right here? Put all of your artifact coins on Lars's artifact weapon. Of course, dump all of the various fragments, you know, wherever you need to. Level up this second artifact when you can. Spend a little bit maybe on this magic penetration glyph right here when you can. But if you're focusing on a single hero, which in my opinion, that's the best strategy, focus on a single hero to level up at a time. Maybe instead of focusing on this magic penetration glyph, maybe you focus on the magic attack glyph. Okay, maybe you focus on a magic attack skin instead of the magic penetration skin. Maybe you just focus on the intelligence skin, since it's technically the most efficient skin to level up of the 4 here. 1,365 intelligence does provide quite a bit of magic attack. Or just focus on Lars's artifact weapon, and then the rest of your glyphs, gold, skin stones, sparks of power, focus on Krista. Dump all of those into Krista. If you spend all of your resources focusing on magic penetration for Lars or Orion or Qingmao or Fox or Elmir or Lilith on Hero Wars Mobile, there will be a point that you have too much magic penetration, too much armor penetration. There is a point that you will not gain any additional damage. And if you, like I said, if you want to figure out the math behind how that works, the armor versus physical attack versus armor penetration, and the magic defense versus magic attack and magic penetration, check out the 2 videos that are on screen now. The one on the left is going to deal with the attack and armor and magic defense. The one on the right is going to deal with the math with the penetration stats. Check those out if you're unsure how the stats work. This is a resource management game. However, there are exceptions everywhere. Be mindful of them. Everybody's team is different. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.